Hello, welcome to Spicy Dungeoneer, and this is the third video in our series looking at Stormgar the Transmutation Mage, and he's a villain that you can use in your campaigns. Now, look, you may have watched the previous videos and we talked about him starting at first level and then going up to second level. Not a lot has changed in terms of his stats like this, although going to third level, his hit points will go up, of course, but his armor class is the same, which is not very good. But I think third level is quite interesting in that he is becoming more of a petty criminal and getting a little bit higher in the hierarchy of everything. So you'll notice that he can start to do a few more things. So I am looking at him in a sort of urban city environment where some groups of mages are involved in criminal activity, and we've got this sort of wizard gangster syndicate or racket or mobs going on. And if you have liked this series, please do like, subscribe and turn on notifications. It really does help the channel. But as far as the level 3 wizard goes, nothing was added in terms of class features, but the story is with the spells. So I gave Stormgar all of the second level transmutation spells, and that's all. Okay, so he doesn't have many spells that are not transmutation. I like that he got dark vision because he's a human, and basically now he is on par with most of the other races that get dark vision. And he gets dragon breath as well, which is kind of interesting. Anyway, in terms of the things that are annoying me, he still doesn't have these 4 cantrips, so later you'll see that I give him those as scrolls so that he has all of the transmutation spells. Some of these new spells help him position himself better for battle, such as spider climb, so he can basically use these things. You might say that he has cast magical weapon on some of his weapons as well. And you know, he can use some of these spells: levitate, rope trick, jump to get away now as well. He can not only can he disguise himself, but now he can actually physically change himself to look like something else, and even being a different race or a different kind of animal, which is interesting. Got that dark vision. The wizards are using their spells to make money, and so, you know, knock opens up boxes and chests and manacles, so they could be busting people out of prison, or padlocks, getting into other people's gear. They could be using their ability to shape fire and pyrotechnics to actually do a little bit of arson, or even sell, you know, fire insurance, shall we say. Anyway, it's quite possible that there's a good stream of money going into these wizard gangsters at the moment. In combat, now Stormgar's got a few extra little options. He can use Maximilian's Earthen Grasp. He could reduce a party member or enlarge himself. I don't think he would be likely to enlarge himself to fight. I think he would still be avoiding combat, or at least as much as possible. If something was flying around and threatening him, using Earthbind could be a good way to stop that from happening. He's got this dragon's breath now, which is kind of cool as a weapon. And using the alter self, he's got some natural weapons as well, so he could go a bit feral and start using claws and teeth or anything like that. How would you use his spells in combat? If you've got any interesting ideas, please leave a comment in the below and let's have a talk about it. He's still a low level mage, and he's not like the crime boss or anything. He's just a minion. He's somebody else's minion. I mentioned in the videos before about he's apprenticing to another wizard who's teaching him the transmutation spells. I imagine that is only part of a larger chain in command, and above that transmutation mage there may be other wizards that are higher level and in control, or they don't even have to be wizards. They could just be some sort of criminal, but then wizards are quite powerful, so why would they endure a non-wizard controlling them? I think what's interesting is that they would be working for this crime syndicate, but in the hopes of unlocking spells for themselves. Anyway, I had a look at Stormgar's equipment, and I thought, well, he can't get these extra transmutation cantrips, so I'm going to give him the scrolls for it. And he already had the control flame cantrip, so basically he got shape water, mold earth, and gust. And basically, if you're using this villain in your campaign and you have more transmuter spells, you should give him access to them. My idea for this character is that he has access to all transmutation spells, and even some of the spells that are a little bit transmutery, I guess, if that's a word. I gave him a potion of healing. I figure, that would be something that a lot of characters can buy anyway, and money is starting to come in now. And I gave him a bit of extra money. If you don't want him to have that money, you could easily say that it was fake, and that he had changed a lot of those silver and copper pieces were really just bits of wood that had been altered to look like coins, and that was part of a scam. I thought I would give him the sling bullets +1. That sort of simulates the magical weapon spell a little bit that could be used to charge up those sling bullets. Or they could just be permanently magical, and that's what he's got on him. That's up to the DM whether they want to keep it like that. Certainly it could be something that runs out in an hour. At this level, he might be getting a few friends or, co-workers, or even just victims. So you could use commoners for shopkeepers, or local thugs, or just friends, people working in smithies or anything like that are hanging around. Maybe if the characters attack Stormgar, these people come to his defense, or maybe they actually help the players because they too have some grievances against these wizard gangsters. Anyway, it's also possible that he has some friends who are also wizards. They don't have to be transmuter mages. It would certainly be interesting to give them a few other spells and have Stormgar as his own special spell list and things like that. You can see that he's got a better armor class and better stats. So this is just generic wizard that you could use. These guys are first level wizards as his minions. Plot hooks with these gangster wizards. They could be running scams involving silver and copper coins. They could be extorting protection money from local businesses in case of fire or water damage. They could be using knock or levitate to break in somewhere, or even dark vision to do it at night. They could be using disguise or alter self to spy on someone. They might be selling magical weapons that only stay magical for 1 hour. I thought that was actually a really good idea. It'd be kind of funny, somebody selling some stuff to the party that way, and they thought they were buying the magical weapons. If your party has too much gold, maybe the DM could use this as an idea to take some of it. And basically, there could be a little bit of a renting out of the rope trick spell to make a small party room. I'll leave it up to your imagination about what goes on in there. Maybe it's illegal gambling, maybe it's something else involving consenting adults, let's just say that. But what do you think? Let me know, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.